Now that we're alone, Miss Yin, I would like to propose a proposition. Kayaka-sama said, "A proposition?" You questioned. The leader of the Demon Slayer course only nodded before saying, "Yes, but it's up to you whether you agree or not." You felt a sense of responsibility weighing on your shoulders as you considered the leader's words. "Okay, what is it?" you asked, feeling a mix of curiosity and anticipation. "It's obvious that you, my dear, possess great power. Therefore, may I ask if you could perhaps lend us your aid? Would you consider joining the demon slaying course?" Kayaka finally asked you, his voice filled with hope and appreciation. Of course, he knew you joining the course would mean dedicating your life to fighting demons, but also mean being a part of something much bigger than yourself. It would be a daunting decision to make, but Kayaka's faith in your abilities was undeniable. Meanwhile, your breath hitched as you briefly recalled what Kojiro's father, Shinji-sama, said to you. Impressive. It's like some kind of ice-breathing technique. You know, if Kojiro were to train you, then you could perhaps become a Hashira of the demon-slaying course. However, he did warn you not to get involved in something that could possibly be dangerous. Regardless, the thought of joining the demon-slaying course and potentially becoming a demon slayer, or Hashira, filled you with a sense of determination, despite gripping fear gradually coursing through you. Oh my God. You were utterly speechless. You couldn't think of the words to say at the moment. The kind blind man seemed to sense your inner turmoil as he quickly said, "Oh, no, please, Miss Yin. There's no need to give it much thought. My deepest apologies. I didn't mean to lay it on you so soonly." He quickly apologized. "Oh, please don't strain yourself." His smoothing words and gentle tone put you at ease, making you feel understood and cared for in that moment of certainty. It was as if he could see beyond your physical appearance and into your heart, offering comfort without judging or exception. Thank you, Udurashiki-sama. It's just that, I need more time to think about this and discuss it with Kojiro, you tell him. A smile crossed Udurashiki's lips as he then nodded in understanding. "I understand completely, Miss Yin. Please take as long as you like, and no matter what your answer is, I would graciously accept it," he tells you. You nodded, bowing your head until your forehead touched the floor. "Thank you so much, Okiyotama-sama." With that, you stood and turned to leave. However, you were about to exit the room. You turned to ask him, "Hey, Udurashiki-sama?" "What is it, Miss Yin?" the blind man asked. Since we both know Obi-chan, is it alright if I call you Akane?" "Yay! I won!" Mitsu exclaims happily over her victory. Kojiro shook his head, coming out of his reverb, and stared at his arm, which is still pinned underneath hers. He blinked once, then twice, before realizing that he'd lost the arm wrestling match. "Oh, hello there, Yin-chan," greeted Shinobu upon noticing you in the doorway as everyone turned their attention towards you. Hi? What's going on?" you asked, looking on in confusion. After leaving your little private meeting with Udurashiki-sama, you went looking for Kojiro and the others. Upon hearing the commotion coming from the other room, you went to investigate and walked in on what appeared to be an arm wrestling match between Kojiro and Mitsuri. The sight of the two Hashira engaged in such a light-hearted activity took you by surprise. Your Romeo here just lost to Kuroji-chan. Uzui tells you. Kanroji-chan wanted Rengoku-san to prove to her how strong his love for you is, so she challenged him to an arm wrestling match. Shinobu exclaimed. And I won, which means you had to buy me strawberry rumu, Kojiro-senpai, Mitri says during a victory pose. Her bright smile and playful tone filled the room with a sense of joy and camaraderie. Konroji eventually sighed in defeat before giving a warm smile at her enthusiasticum. Knowing he couldn't resist her request. He admired Mitsuri's competitive spirit and how she always managed to bring a sense of fun to even the most mundane tasks. All right, but my love for my beloved Yin still remains strong and true. He grins before standing and sauntering over to you. However, I would have won if I didn't get distracted by my lovely snowflower's beauty, Kojiro says, standing behind you and wrapping his arms around your waist. Hey now, don't go blaming your failures on poor Yin-chan. Uzui rolled his eyes playfully. You still had no clue as to what they were talking about as Kojiro tightened his hold around your waist before leaning down to rest his chin against your shoulder affectionately, making you feel a little, just a tiny bit uncomfortable with everyone around you watching. His warm breath tickled your skin, and you could feel the weight of his presence behind you, offering a sense of protection that you hadn't realized you just needed until now. Just admit you lost fair and square, Sanmi grumbled, Kojiro simply ignored them as he kissed you on the cheek and hugged you even tighter. Well, if it's for you, I don't mind at all. I'll accept defeat if it means I get to hold you like this, Kojiro says, making your face hot. The sincerity in his voice was undeniable. You couldn't help but feel a rush of affection towards him. With each passing moment, you found yourself drawn closer to him, cherishing the closeness that you shared with him in this fleeting instant. At the sight of you two, everyone fell silent. However, Sanmi couldn't help but stuck his teeth in annoyance. Seriously, you two, go get a fucking room. After spending nearly all day at the Udoshiki mansion, chatting and hanging out with everyone, you and Kojiro decided to head back home. As you walked along the path leading to his house, the sky began to change colors, with the hues of pink and orange painting the horizon. The gentle breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers, adding additional touch to the sweetness to the air. The walk had been silent for the most part as you felt Kojiro's lingering stare on you. You know he wanted to ask you something, as you kept your gaze solely on the ground. The weight of his unspoken words hung heavy in the air, creating a sense of tension between the two of you. You could feel his eyes burning into the side of your face, slightly urging you to meet his gaze and address the unspoken question that hung between you two, like thick fog. So, Kojiro soon drawls out. What did Okiyama-sama want to talk to you about? He asked. You feel a sudden wave of nervousness wash over you, causing your shoulders to tense up as you nervously twiddled with your thumbs. He wanted to discuss something. You stammered out, trying to keep your voice steady despite your growing unease. Discuss about what? He raised a forked brow in question. Not liking your silence, Kojiro stopped walking and turned to you, a concerned look on his face. What's wrong, my sweet flame? You know you can always tell me. He reassured you, his gentle voice filled with sincerity. As you glanced at him, you could see the genuine care and affection in his eyes, making you feel comforted and safe in his presence. Well, you started. How would you feel if I joined the demon slaying course? You asked. As quickly as the words left your mouth, Kojiro's expression slowly became agitated, and his brows furrowed. It was clear he was displeased as you immediately reached out and took his face in your hands. You could see the conflict in his eyes, and the worry echoed in his face as he struggled to find the right words to respond. I'm sorry, Ko. Please don't be upset. I mean, Urashiki-sama was only making a suggestion, and I told him that I needed some time to think over it and discuss with you first, you exclaimed before hugging him, your head against his shoulders. Please don't be mad, you say softly. Immediately you felt Kojo relax and wrap his strong arms around you protectively as he gave a deep sigh. Is that what you want? He asked softly. You slowly lifted your head up to glance at him. His expression was earnest, yet calm. Huh? Do you desire to become a demon slayer? He asked once more, his tone now more stern. You blinked once, then twice, uncertain of how to respond, the weight of his question settling heavy upon your shoulders. The choice was yours to make, a decision that could change the course of your life entirely. However, you wanted, no, you needed to know his opinion on the matter first. You started. I want to hear your opinion first, you asked. The air between you two had changed, with anticeptions as you awaited his response. His gaze was unwavering, and you could feel the gravity of the decision looming over you. You knew that whatever his opinion was, it would greatly influence your own choice in the matter.